matchup for our first Sunday Nighter of the year. The Cowboys and Giants underway in Week 1. Kevontae Turpin now to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time.
But we can't overlook the good. 23 touchdowns and an 8-4 record as a starter as he led the Cowboys to consecutive postseasons for the first time since 2007.
There he goes, right side. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Rico Dowdle, 75 yards. And the Cowboys are on the board here first in the season opener.
We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the Giants ready to go now on offense. And under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cowboys' 37-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Boy, I tell you, the schedule makers got it right here in Week 1. A lot of great games today. And another Buffalo and the Jets right here in this very stadium tomorrow night. Won't that be fun? But of these two teams, Charles, Giants and Cowboys, which one do you think is the bigger threat to Philadelphia in the NFC East?
As we start here right now, it's got to be Dallas. How explosive are they offensively? Extremely. And on the defensive side of the ball, they take it away from teams. But don't count out the Giants. Their defense, they get after you with a lot of pressure. If their quarterback continues to grow, look out.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Throwing, Jones. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But the two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coach to be a little bit more involved. but I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Prescott to throw it. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
Back deep for the Giants is Dory Jackson.
And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Jones.
And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
All the option left, it's Jones. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
Fielded at the 20.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at
because
all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted.
It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. Prescott yet again. Throwing left side, it's complete. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Isaiah Pacheco, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we'll make the trek east to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Chuba Hubbard, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. And finally, on the season premiere of Monday Night Football, this is going to get a bonkers rating. Bills, Jets at MetLife Stadium.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence now with his 2nd sack here on opening night.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Throwing, Prescott.
The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10
at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And they'll get it down here at the 23.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 23-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
Now Prescott.
The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Prescott.
That was a good play, an incompletion that feels like a disappointment. The ball was tipped in the air, a chance for an interception, and you can just feel the home crowd coming together thinking, this is the big play we've been looking for. And when it falls to the ground, a little bit of disappointment, even though it was a good play.
He gets it to Cooks. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Diggy with the effort there to earn the sack.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
After the sack on 1st down, Jones. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. Here's Prescott as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So now Jones and the Giants trailing 10-3. A minute 40 remaining. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Now Jones. Pass complete to Robinson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Here's Jones. Connects with Slayton. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, It may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now. Jones. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. An injury stoppage, and it looks like, yeah, it's the quarterback, Daniel Jones, receiving some assistance.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. Here's Minshew. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. A fourth down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0.
Well, partner, that'll do it. You know, these week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for Dallas, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.